Hello and welcome to a new video. Today we are going to cover all Ultima weapons in Kingdom Hearts, which is a very interesting project in my opinion. But we are going to cover basically every Ultima that exists. And let's start with some Ultima Facts. For one thing, the Ultima weapon were introduced in Final Fantasy. As you may know, they either weapons or they can also be super bosses. I mean, you probably remember like Ultima weapon and ultimate weapon, and then there's also Ultima weapon, and then there's also Ultima weapon. You get the idea. Both things appeared in Final Fantasy VI. In Final Fantasy, the Ultima weapons damage relates to how much HP the user has. And this isn't really the case in Kingdom Hearts with the Ultima weapons. However, the one blade that actually does that is the Omega weapon. Ultima and Omega are connected in the Final Fantasy series, and if you didn't know, Omega weapon is basically the Ultima equivalent in KHDAYS. There are quite a few KH games without an Ultima weapon, although in most cases the games only has one weapon, like Rika's, Melody of Memory, 0.2, and Dark Road. With KHDAYS, we have basically a replacement, which is Omega, and there is a unit called Ultima Weapons, so it sort of still exists. The only game that's left is any of the union of the XG games. And yeah, also the FF7 Ultima was likely the main inspiration for Ultima weapon in Kingdom Hearts. So let's begin with the first cage with the Ultima weapons, finally. And best I tell you how we are going to structure that. I'm going to talk about the design, the stats, explaining how these stats work in the game, because every game is pretty much different, has similarities, but there are differences. And then I'm going to tell you how to get it. Mostly, in most cases, those are the recipes, and then I tell you how to craft it if it has a recipe. Otherwise, I'm going to skip that, and then I'm going to give you my overall thoughts. And yeah, let's begin. Kingdom Hearts 1 Ultima weapon. The design. The blade has another blade inside, which is colored in gold and silver, which is similar to the Final Fantasy VII Ultima weapon. The teeth is a heart with a crown with what seems like a half a halo, which leads to a wing. The guard also has a sort of half halo with wings on each side, which is a pretty interesting design, if I say so myself. So let's cover the stats. Stats wise, the strength is 12, the MP or magic MP is +2, length is long, crit rate is ×2, crit bonus is +4, and recall is 19. They changed the 12 strength to 14, and the crit bonus went down to 2 in Final Mix. So let's get into an explanation about the stats and how they work in the game. Strength probably explains itself. Different to other games in the Kingdom Hearts franchise, magic is connected to the MP bar. This is also the case with defense, which if increased also increases the HP bar. Also, keyblades have different lengths. It tells you how long the reach is. The crit rate multiplies the chance of landing a critical hit, while the crit bonus is the amount of bonus damage dealt by a critical hit. On that note, the Kinyo key has a rate of 1 times, meaning it has a normal rate of happening, while the bonus is 0, which would make crit hits useless if you ever land one. So there is a chance the base crit does +1, which would make sense. So now let's get into how to get this beautiful Keyblade. In the base game, you only had to make 21 unique items. In Finamix, this was increased to 30 unique items. So how do we craft this beautiful thing? Well, there are different recipes depending on the version you're playing. In vanilla you needed 5 lucid gems, 5 power gems, 5 thunder gems, 3 mystery goo, and 3 gales. While in Finamix that has been changed up by 5 thunder gems, 5 mystery goo, 3 serenity power, 3 stormy stone, and 3 dark matters. So, if you decided to make this Keyblade, you probably also want to know which enemy you want to encounter. So, we are beginning with the first thing you probably have heard. The lucid gem is dropped by a gargoyle, by a white knight, and by a white mushroom, and also by Bambi, which overall makes Halloween Town a good location to look after. While the thunder gems, they can be dropped by aqua tanks, screwdrivers, and ripe mushrooms, by using thunder only, or with the Bambi sum. So in my opinion, I think Atlantica might be a good way to go. Next thing is the Gales, which are dropped by Angel Star and Invincibles. While Mystery Guru is dropped by White Mushrooms, Black Fungus, Rare Tuffers, and in Finamix, Pink Agaricus. And honestly, they are found in most worlds except Town, if I recall correctly. I think Hollow Bastion might be another place, but I believe I have seen them. But yeah, Serenity Power is dropped by a Pink Acaricus. It is best found and fightable in deep jungle, every treehouse. When you see white mushrooms in a stop pose, you stop on them to reveal the Pink Agaricus. You get an item. You will need to hit it like about 100 times. The best way is by using stop and the area magic and targeting the head, and using Ragnarok. Ragnarok only activates if you want to hit an air enemy, which is pretty practical if you go for the head. Stormy Stone is dropped by Neo Shadows. They can randomly appear in the room before they find a resting place. Also, Neo Shadows can't be encountered in Finamix. He's an exclusive. Dark matter can be found in treasure chests. However, it is likely that you will use them up while making 30 items. That's just how it goes. If you're wondering where you can find them, they can be found in the yellow Trinity mark at the Hold, white Trinity mark at Chamber 6, chest at the Tea Party Garden, chest at Main Street, chest at the Cemetery, chest at the Bouncing Spot, chest at the Waterway, chest at the Grand Hall, and chest at the giant crevice. Also gain well as a reward for beating Pegasus' time trial and by collecting 10 fruits in the jail trial. Otherwise craftable with Lucid Shard, Gale, Mithril, and 9 Lucid Shards, Gale, 1 Gale, and 2 Mithrils. Oh, I did that right now. Mithrils are dropped only with Bambi, which does suck. Not gonna lie. By the way, they can also be found in indoor chests: Green Trinity Mark at the Colosseum Gate, Green Trinity Mark at the Treetop, chests at the Green Room, chests at the Tea Party Garden, chests at the Tree House, chests at the Vines, chests at the Waterfall Cavern, chests at the Main Street, chests at the Relic Chamber, chests at the Monstro, Chamber 5, chests at the Monstro, Chamber 6, Clam, the Undersea Valley, Clam below deck, chests at the Ursula's Lair, chests at the Clock Tower, available at 6 AM. Which, if you want this one, do it before you, get to Celine, Hollow Bastion Kill, because afterwards you need to fight the Phantom. Please make sure to do that, okay? Break open lock at the bouncing spot, examine a red crystal at the lift stop, chest at the base level, chest at the library, and chest at the final dimension, which is a badass name, not gonna lie. And they are also rewarded by completing the bouncing spot Tom page, rescue 51 puppies, and deliver the 5th postcard. So now, let's get into, wait, what? Okay. So we are just, and I'm just analyzing, things here. Wait. Oh yeah, I forgot. So if you want to make, dark matter, yeah, that's dark matter, I'm not gonna... Why is there a mithril shard? We don't need a do we need a mithril stone? Oh fuck! Oh, I forgot! Okay, sorry guys, I was just blanking out here. Well, you can also craft it, and if you want to craft it, you need 5 mithril shard, 1 mithril stone, and 1 mystery goo. I don't have to cover mystery goo again, so we are going to cover mithril shard and mithril stone. The shard is dropped by a pot spider in Agrabah, Barrel Spire in Monstro and Neverland, Pot Scorpion, Arch Behemoth in... I think... no, actually, it does spawn. And also, Bambi again. The spawn is only dropped by a Pot Scorpion, which only appears at Agrabah, in front of the palace entrance. They don't appear every time though. So let's get with the overall thought. The Cumulate is a good end weapon, however annoying to get, and in all honesty, I do like the design, but I have some problems. So let's get to the next one. And the next one is actually from Kingdom Hearts Chain of Memories, but this one is a bit different. Because Kingdom Hearts Chain of Memories uses cards instead of keyblades. And the keyblade that is used in combat itself is the Kingdom Key. Which mostly means that the cards are basically supposed to give the Kingdom Key the power of the keyblade shown on the card. So let's get into the stat, because why shouldn't we cover it at least? It is Ultima, after all. The strike is a star, thrust is a star, combo finish is a A, swing speed is B, and break recovery is B, and required CP is D. If you're wondering what all that means, well, one card equals one part of the combo. The first attack card is a strike, the second is a thrust, the third is a combo finisher. Stars are the highest level, so you want to use Ultima either as your first or second card. Makes sense. Swing tells you how fast you pull out attacks. Break recovery, how long it takes when a card was broken, for example by a card with a higher number, or 0. If you don't know, cards have a number around next to them, and it goes from 0 to 9. 0 being the lowest, however, it can be used to break any higher number. This includes combined cards. If you also don't know, if we have 3 cards, we can make that select, and if we have like 3 cards with a number of 5, it becomes 15, and 0 can break that if it is done after the select is put out. If 0 is done before that, it will be broke. CP is the cost of the cards. The more CP you have, the more cards you can put into your deck. It can be found in Castle Oblivion World in the Bounty Room after beating the game completely, which means you need to beat the game with Sora and Riku. So let's get overall thoughts. It is a good card, not gonna lie, it is a good card. However, its biggest problem is that this game has no super boss. Or in other words, the only reason why you're going to use it is because you want to beat the final boss again. Which does kind of suck. You can't really fight any bosses except the final boss, and yeah, that's its biggest problem actually. Let's go over the Kingdom Hearts 2 Ultima weapon. Design. The blade is now split into marking a first trend that the Ultima weapon includes the logo number. In the design, it is separated by a rod that ends with a crown combination, and the combination of the KH logo heart and a French heraldry. The heart also has Zora's crown above it, building the teeth. The guard uses Zora's crown on each side, connects to again a French heraldry. It also has 2 wings overlaying each other, likely referencing Zora and Roxas and Zora being one. Stats. Let's talk about the stats. Strength is 6 and magic is 4. MP is 8. As our ability, it has MP Stega. So, this is more of a standard strength, increased strength, and magic. No new twist in its series is ability. MP Stega is a strong MP haste, which increases the speed of regenerating MP after using all MP up. So instead of what we had in Kingdom Hearts 1, where you would use up everything and you would have to either use Ether or beat up an enemy to refill it, you refill it over time. So yeah. How to get it? The recipe can be found in Twilight Town, where Goofy and Donald spots are found, which unlocks with the 3rd visit. Now we come over to how to craft it. When vanilla, it was 13 Orchialcum plus 1 Orchialcum, 1 Mithril Crystal, 1 Dense Crystal, and 1 Twilight Crystal, and 1 Serenity Crystal. In Final Mix, it is 13 Orchialcum plus 1 Orchialcum, 1 Mithril Crystal, 1 Dense Crystal, 1 Twilight Crystal, and actually only 3 Serenity Crystal. And energy crystals also needed, which can only be unlocked by having the Moogle at level 2. That is done by synthesizing items. Energy crystals roughly cost in half for both versions. Only 7 Oceacum Plus are needed. In vanilla, 4 Serenity crystals are needed. For final mix, this is 2, because it doesn't really cut it completely in half. Yeah. So let's cover the synthesis items, but let's talk about that later, okay? KHCom Plus, number 1. So the first which can be ever found is by completing the Starry Hill. For this you need to find all pages, which can be found in the Disney Castle Library, Praglands at the Oasis, in Hollow Basin at the Crucifixia, at the Land of Dragons in the Throne Room, at Agrabah at the Tower. If you're wondering why this is the first one I chose, this is because number 2, which would be the second fastest, is by completing A New Day is Dawning, which is only unlocked after beating Ground Shaker, because you're going to get the next level of Thunder. Which means that, yes, while you could skip Agrabah and go for the Ground Shaker and then do A New Day is Dawning, it makes a lot more sense to do Agrabah even more, because at the Agrabah Tower isn't like Ant's game of the world itself. Like, yeah, the final boss is afterwards, but you really don't only have to open it and then just do all of the pages and you pretty much have it. The third one is the chest at the Central Computer Mesa, which, if you have done everything, you will probably maybe go there, and yeah, that's. And the fourth one is at the Sunset Terrace everywhere during the third visit. You do not need to finish the third visit, nor go to the mansion. You can always go there. You really have access immediately. The fifth one can be found at the chest, and in a chest at the Brink of Despair. For the sixth one, you need to obtain all material types. Now, I wanted to have a pic here that shows them all, but would have known. However, that got deleted after almost 2 hours of work. So I'm not going to cover it, but I have one message to say. Just go for all treasure chests. Just really go for all treasure chests. And please speed up the one mushroom. Let's see, it is going to do a lot of difference. Basically, just go for almost getting all treasure chests except one, which is the proof. You're probably not going to get that one if you didn't, because that one is really hard. But I really say that, just go for all treasure chests. A lot of those items out there, and by just going to explore, beating up Heartless, and so much more, and probably already been there, you will have collected most of the material types. And then you're just going to look up which one you're missing. There's a list. So yeah, just go for that. And for the seventh one, is gifted to you by beating the Goddess of Fate card, which is only unlocked after beating the first 10 years. So yeah, it is definitely the last one. So let's go to the next one, which is KHcom, which is found by the with the bulk runner. You know they are there when you enter the room of the world. They can appear. You see them appear for a bit. To make them appear again, you need to destroy or activate an object in the room. Can be found in Agro Bazaar, Town Candy Cane Lane, Olympus Colosseum Cave of the Dead entrance, Beast Castle in West Hall, and the Land of the Dragon checkpoint. You need to wait until the action command shows the Prime Capsule. For Mithril Crystal, which is craftable, you need 1 Dense Crystal, 3 Dense Gem, 1 Twilight Crystal, 3 Twilight Gem, and 1 Serenity Stone. And yeah, apparently your boy has forgotten to write down where you can find them. Which, like, see, so yeah, Dance Gems. Yeah, okay, wait, Dance Gems and Twilight Gems are basically all, God, yeah, sorry, this was a hard thing to write down, okay? But yeah, Dance and Twilight Gems are dropped by, nobody's Serenity Stones can be found in treasure chests, I believe. And yeah, actually, they are also dropped by many Heartless as a secondary. For Dance Crystal, just go for Berserkers, Twilight Crystals, Sorcerers, and Serenity Crystal. In vanilla, it is as Assassin, Berserker, and Samurai. And Sorcerer, they are rare and all found in Twilight in the world that never was. For final mix, go for the bulk runner. Overall, cool keyblade, although a bit less usual during late game, as this CV bunking has good stats and comes with a better ability. Ultima is best used when using magic. So let's get to Kingdom Hearts Days, which has an equivalent. Now, Kingdom Hearts Days has no weapon, but it has something. A ship called Ultima Weapon, which increases the Keyblade stats by a lot. The closest we get to Ultima Weapon is the Omega Weapon, and I think we already talked about that. So let's go over the stats. The stats are: a strength-wise, base is 90, with 1 unit it becomes +5, and with Ultima it gains +15. Magic is B base +30, and adding 1 unit you gain 5. The defense is base 0, but putting a unit in you gain 5. Crit rate is base +10, and it can gain +5 more with a unit, and critical bonus is base 11 and can gain 5 by using a unit for it. The attack speed is 1.2, approach speed ground-wise is 1.19, and air is 1.19 as well. As an ability, it has Risk Play, Agility Search, Agility Barrier, Alive, and Kicking. All of Omega Weapons' passive abilities are connected to the player's HP. Having a full HP bar will cause the Omega Weapon to deal more damage to the enemies and engage it. It has a special ground combos by jumping back, then rushing forward by performing a diagonal spinning slash, the keyboard following up by an upward ticket slash from the left leg, and finishing by jumping into the air, leaning into a slight angle and doing spinning slash. Pressing Y will cause a downward thrust to the ground. For KHRECOM, it goes a vertical downward slash, then rushes forward while leaning on an angle and performing an upward spinning slash to the right side, and it ends with a downward swing edge on the left. And let's get to talk about KMod's game, how it works with all of this those stats. Different to most KH games, it carries parts over. Sure, however, your weapon set can be increased per units. As such, a mega weapon with 1 strength unit will give you 95 plus attack. Your Ultima, it sits on 105. That's basically the calculation. However, weapons don't support all unit types all the time, so you really want to look into which works the best. So you could find a Keyblade that has base 0 and 1 unit will pretty much do nothing. Another thing is that weapons include special combos and they can be good on either ground or air, because you only have a limited amount of space, similar to that of Resident Evil's briefcase. You want to take things with you that will help in the mission. If the enemy is airborne, you will likely take a Keyblade that is best in the air. To get it, you need the Pandora's box. For Pandora's box, you need to collect all secret reports, completing all challenge mission, and earn at least 1 Sucho per mission, if you didn't know. Well, a pretty good Keyblade for either air or ground combat. Being the strongest, it is not a bad choice at all to use it, even more with Ultima. It is also like a good design. So let's get to Recoded, which is a very weird game. So design-wise, it is the same as the KH weapon, but instead it is using 2 planes to make the illusion of 3D. Now I'm going to call the Ultima weapon by its Japanese name, because in all honesty, I really don't want to say how it's spelled here. So, Ultima weapon is very long, has heavy blade, break wall, and protect. And you can get it by purchasing it for 1,500,000 SP in Holobesian Part 1, Sector B. So good luck with that. Now, Ultima Weapon A has heavy blade, brick wall, undo, protect, regen, all critical. This is achieved by defeating 100 enemies with the Ultima weapon. Ultima Weapon S. Heavy blade, brick wall, undo, blade bash, protect, regen, all critical. You need to beat 200. Ultima Weapon X. Heavy blade, brick wall, undo, blade bash, protect, regen, attack haste, all critical, and drain. To do that, you need to defeat 300. For Ultima Weapon C, you need heavy blade, brick wall, oh my fucking god, your boy is not reading right. Again, the abilities are heavy blade, brick wall, undo blade, bash, protect, regen, attack haste, critical, drain, and sentence to prime. To actually get there, you need to defeat 400 enemies. To explain, this game changes way too much. Keys are now need for special abilities and their length, so those keys don't increase the stats. That is what these chips are used for. That said, there's no weight class. There's no weight class. There's no weight class, okay? In the game. Instead, it's abilities some Keyblades have. It is not a stat. Avoid probably the most annoying keyblade to get, if not almost impossible. Having 13 rooms with powerful enemies with a recommended level of 18. When I first tried it, I never got far at all with level close to 50. I think I might have been stronger, and that on easy mode. The final boss is a stronger Roxas, considering you will likely need to collect and defeat everything, as well as succeed in the challenges without getting hit much or killed. It is really a keyblade I wouldn't suggest getting, except you are a hardcore fan of this game. So now we are getting to Kingdom Hearts Birth by Sleep Ultima weapon. The design, it again shows some sort of wing, however it looks more like a comet trail, with the wayfinder being the star, and overall it looks similar to the Kingdom Hearts weapon. It also sort of like Kingdom Hearts 2, although Kingdom Hearts 2 really looks like its own being. Well, the stats are stat strength is +7, magic is 6, critical rate is 75%, and critical damage is times 1.5. Strength and magic is always the same. Crit rate is the increased odds of dealing a critical hit, while crit damage is multiplied for the total of damage that will be dealt. There's also the length, which is similar to that of KH1. Well, this time we have a number which might be in centimeters actually. Also, the length varies with the user, which is pretty interesting. To get it, you need to complete Villain's Vendetta, which is unlocked by reaching level 13 in Vanilla and level 25 in Final Mix, making Final Mix actually a easier experience overall. Talks about, I think it looks okay, and it's honestly just a good keyblade, although I feel like it is way too much of a grind. It also has to be said that this keyblade will not carry over for Across Secret episode. Well guys, we are getting close. There are only 2 keyblades left. So let's get going. Kingdom Hearts Raindrop Distance Ultima weapon. The design of the keyblade is very similar to Kingdom Hearts 1 Ultima weapon, while the teeth reminds of that of the KH2 Ultima weapon. Now with wings, and the logo is a Dream Eater symbol. Overall, there are a lot of wings on this keyblade. Stats: strength is 16, magic is 16, length is 113, and critical rate is 30%, and reality shift rate is 10%. Explanation: length is length, critical rate is also very similar. New to the scene's reality shift, which just tells you how likely it is to activate a reality shift on an enemy when attacking. How to get: defeat the super boss Julio's boost unlocked by beating the game. Thoughts about. So overall, while looking like a KH Ultima clone, sort of, but honestly more of an evolution, it is honestly my favorite. It looks like an improved, version, I like the color. Although it is a sort of mid-keyblade at the end, because you can actually gain a lot better keyblades by beating the game and doing some other post-game stuff. Now let's get to the next one. It is the Kingdom Hearts 3 Ultima weapon. This Ultima weapons are actually more similar to that of Kingdom Hearts 1, by having actually only one single wing. However, like it was done in Kingdom Hearts 2, it has 3 blades. Interesting enough, those 3 blades would combine into one single blade in its transformation. Also interesting enough, it would be the multiple amounts of like teeth spikes. We can find like about 5 of them in hearts with Sora's crown. And yeah, I'm sorry, I didn't write down much, but all I can say, it's a really sick looking keyblade if you look at it. Also, while I was at it, I found something on Etsy. I needed something. Jesus fucking Christ. Talk about a lot of money. Does this matter? Jesus, it is matter. That's matter. All of this. Those are pretty good. I think this is plastic. Looks pretty good though. Sorry, I'm getting off topic. Yeah, I think this is my Kingdom Key. Wait, looks better. The fuck? Oh no, it's the Lego plate. Wait, where was I? Oh yeah, sorry. Let's go into the stats. On level 1, it is +8, and strength +8, magic +3. Ability is combo map boost, air combo boost, and situation boost. Level 1, strength 9, magic 4. Level 2, strength 9, magic 5. Level 3, strength 10, magic 6. Level 4, strength 10, magic 7. Level 5, strength 11, magic 8. Level 6, strength 11, magic 9. Strength 7, level 7, strength 12, magic 10. Level 8, strength 12, magic 11. And level 9, strength 13, magic 12, and at level 10 it is strength. The strength is 13 and magic is 13, which explains a lot. Stat explanation in this game, well, it's a lot has been carried over. The characters now have more abilities and could be leveled up, making them all stat-wise almost equal. They also had different forms with different but sometimes similar abilities. Chocos have been added similar to that of BBS. The abilities are tied to the keyblade and can change with either how many are targeted, how long it has been targeted. How to get: obtain 58 different synthesis materials. How to craft: you need 7 KHcom plus, Wellspring you need 2, and Lucid Crystal you need 2, and you need 2 Pulsing Crystals for KHcom. Now we get to where to find them. KHcom plus number 1 can be found in the as a prize with the postcard rewards, which if you want to do them, just say if you have a postcard, save, put it in, see if you get it, If not, just reset. Which is a bit annoying here because you can't soft reset. KHcom 2 can be found in if you find all 10 treasure chests in Frozen Slide, which also safe, you don't have to do it one go. The third one can be found on Exile Island. The fourth can be done by getting 80 lucky emblems, which is pretty much possible by doing Caribbean, so that makes a lot of sense. And the fifth one you get by getting the required score on all Fantastic 7 minigames, which, if you want to know what tells you that you have done it, basically they become very happy and you can see a firework, if I remember correctly. For the sixth one, just go for the Omega Machine, and this last one can be found in the final world. For Wellspring crystals, you can go for High Soldiers, Helmet Body, Anchor Radar. We'll just go to Arendelle. Lucy Crystal, Anchor Radar, Bond Caribbean, Posing Crystal, Helmet Body. Guess where you wanna go? Arendelle, baby! To level up fully, you need for 3 Florid, 7 Wellspring Shards, 6 Wellspring Stones, 3 Damascus, 3 Hungry Stones, 6 Wellspring Gems, 3 Hungry Gems, 3 Wellspring Crystals, 3 Adamantite, 2 Hungry Crystals, and 1 Electrum. Fluorite, Damascus, and Adamite and Electrum can be found in space inside floating rocks. They can also be found in treasure chests, so you will probably find them on the way. For Wellspring Shot, there are a lot of enemies that have them: soldiers, large body, bizarre archer, such satire, toy trooper, power wild, power soul beauty, flood, Geiger's power class, Geiger's speed class, Geiger's gun class, beasts and bugs, patchwork animals, air droids, bouncy pads, and supreme smasher. Wellspring stones, you wanna go for Neo Shadows, large body, vitality popcat, magic popcat, focus popcat, money popcat, rock troll. It also has the matter troll, also has the poke cannon, pogo shovel, parasol beauty, sheaf puff, flower snake, turtle toad, beast and bugs, patchwork enemies, air droids, bouncy pad, supreme smasher, and for hungry stone you want hungry storm. And gems, you can go for elf core, popcat, also elf core tower, popcat, vitality, popcat, magic popcat, focus popcat, money popcat, also beauty and chaos carriage, as well as frost summon by hitting the tail. And all of it can be found again in Arendelle. Wellspring Gems, High Soldier, Rock Troll, Matter Troll, Machinital, Pogo's Shovel, Chaos Carriage, Vaporfly, Sea Sprite Rainbow, and Anchor Radar, and Spike Turtle. Hungry Gems also found Frost Serpent by hitting the tail again. Same with Hungry Crystals. Talked about one of the most powerful keyblades in Kingdom 3, unchangeable Oathkeeper and Oblivion. You want to do powerful moves, you will like to use it. I also really like the design as well of the form. So let's finish this all up with a ranking. And I really want you to also tell me your rankings. So let's begin with something which is a bit less arguable, I think. we will begin with the some that are basically less arguable but can be argued. So the most powerful keylets at 7, Dream Drop Distance Ultima, 6, Kingdom Hearts 2 Ultima, BBS Ultima, 5th, Belfast Sleep Ultima, 4th, Data Ultima, 3rd, Omega, 2, KH1 Ultima, and at number 1, KHREC Ultima. The best designed one at number 5, Belfast Sleep Ultima. 4, I say Kingdom Hearts 2 and KH1 Ultima. Then at 3rd, KH3 Ultima. At 2nd, Omega, and at 1st, Dream Drop Distance Ultima. Best to get, honestly, 7th is Data Ultima. Makes sense. 6th, Kingdom Hearts 1 Ultima. 5th, Belfast Sleep Ultima. 4th, Kingdom Hearts 3 Ultima. 3rd, KH2 Ultima. 2nd, Omega. And at 1st, Dream Drop Distance Ultima. And for my favorite Ultimas, at 5th, Belfast Sleep Ultima. And actually, if you want to know, it's the same one as the best designed Ultimas. And with that said, thank you for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed it, and yeah, I hope it informed you a lot. Because I can tell you it was stressful. Well then, thank you for watching, and I will see you in the next video. Ciao!